Hey VC, this is Kostis, and this is my entry to Proghat's 60s contest. He's making a push for 400 subscribers. I think he actually has already reached that number, but anyway, you should definitely go check out his channel and subscribe if you like his videos. I'll put a link in the description below. And it's all about the 60s. And the first question was, name 3 of your favorite 60s albums. And I'll begin by showing Manos Hatzidakis' Gioconda Smile. It's what we're actually listening to in the background. I hope you can hear. This record was recorded in 1965 and released later that year. It was recorded actually in New York with Quincy Jones acting as the producer. Of course, there's Mona Lisa on the cover, and this fact has to do with how the composer got the inspiration for writing the music. It's 10 orchestral pieces in a similar mood, like the subtitle says here. Manos Hatzidakis is the most important Greek composer ever, in my opinion. I would guess most of you know him already. I'm not sure. He's quite well known, I'd like to think, outside of Greece. But anyway, you tell me in the comments if you know him. So, Gioconda Smile by Manos Hatzidakis. The second record, my second pick, is Kulthum or Kalsum, depending on the different Arabic dialects pronunciation. The record is called Enta Omri. It was released in 1964. This, of course, is a reissue on the Soma Records label, and Radio Martico. It's one song, 40-minute song split into 2 sides, and it's a fantastic, a monumental piece of music. Great performance, great sound. Of course, Kulthum, her vocals are really amazing. She has been called the Star of the Orient and Egypt's 4th pyramid or something. Another thing of note in this record is the guitar playing of the composer of the music, Mohammed Abdel Wahab. I think he has greatly influenced the guitar player from Sun City Girls, Sir Richard Bishop. I mean, if you listen to this record and then listen to some solo Sir Richard Bishop stuff, I think you will see the similarities. And so, Mohammed Abdel Wahab and Kulthum are backed by an orchestra and a percussion ensemble, and there's such great interplay between the musicians. It's a fantastic recording. Oh, let me show you the inner sleeve and the label, because it's pretty cool. Liner notes, nice pictures. Okay, and my third pick is this classic Sun Ra record, the Heliocentric Worlds of Sun Ra, Volume 1. One of my favorite record covers ever. This reissue on Bass Record, an Italian label, originally of course on ESP disc, released in 1965, and I don't know if you can see Marshall Allen and all those nice people playing, of course Sun Ra, classic free jazz period, the Sun Ra record. Now, the next question was, name and show 3 of your favorite 60s songs. Now, because today it's the anniversary of Syd Barrett's birthday, I'll go with Jug Band Blues, the last song he ever recorded as a member of the Pink Floyd. Of course, it's off Saucer Full of Secrets, the second album of Pink Floyd. The first two albums are my favorite. Of course, I also like later Pink Floyd, but the first two are, I don't know, they seem more interesting to me. Yeah, a classic. Second song, The Beach Boys, Good Vibration. Yeah, it's another classic song, very innovative. The way it was produced and recorded was way ahead of its time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody else will also pick this. Okay, and this is a compilation on some EMI sub-label, I guess, EMI disc. Some nice Beach Boys songs as well. Yeah, the thing with Beach Boys for me is that apart from Pet Sounds, which I enjoy start to finish, I tend to like and pick out songs off of their other albums. But I love the Beach Boys. And my final pick for one of my favorite 60s songs is from Caetano Veloso and his second album, released in 1968, and the song is Alegria, Alegria. It's one of the most anthemic Tropicalia songs, a classic record, very psychedelic. It also, of course, mixes bossa nova, samba, and Brazilian music in general. I mean, the whole point of the Tropicalia movement was to, innovate and, incorporate what was then modern, the rock and roll and Beatles and British invasion kind of sound. Yeah, fantastic. Now, before I go to the third question, I would like to cheat, if I'm allowed, because actually my favorite band from the 1960s is the Velvet Underground, and if I could just pick one song off of each of their first three albums, so from their debut, Venus in Furs, from White Light, White Heat, I Heard Her Call My Name with a crazy Lou Reed solo on guitar. And from the third album, The Velvet Underground, I'm Set Free, probably. Yeah. So, the last question was name one of your favorite 60s artists. And my pick is John Coltrane. It's not that I don't enjoy his 1950s music. I mean, I love his 1950s recording, either as a band leader or playing with Miles Davis. But I find his 60s output more interesting. Yeah, perhaps it's because I was first introduced to John Coltrane by his 60s albums. Anyway, this is Om, recorded in 1966, of course on Impulse. This is an original gatefold, of course produced by Bob Thiel. Yeah, it's his later period free jazz stuff, when he incorporated more African sounds in his music, direction and approach that also Pharoah Sanders took in his albums later on after Coltrane died. Yeah, of course Pharoah Sanders also plays in the record. McCoy Tyner. Yes, it's the more or less the classic quartet, but with Pharoah Sanders and some other guys as well. And as a bonus question, Proghat said if you could show a record released in 1968. Of course, I've already shown two of them, Saucer Full of Secrets and Caetanos Veloso's second album. But I will go with another Tropicalia record. This is Tropicalia, Upanis and Circenses, roughly translating to Bread and Games. I've heard people call this a compilation. I'm not sure I agree, because this is more like a collaborative effort. All these people, which of course, as you can see at the cover, is a direct homage to the Beatles and Sgt. Pepper. So all these people, Gilberto Gil, Gal Costa, Caetano Veloso, Nara Leao, who sings and is in the picture here, Rogerio Duprat, the producer and string arranger. The three people here are the members of Os Mutante. Tom Zé, Capina is a lyricist, and I don't know who the other person in the picture is, but anyway. So they all worked together and produced this record, wrote it, and yeah, it's like an all-star super band or something. 10 songs, everything is a classic. The most known one is probably Baby, sung by Gal Costa and accompanied by Os Mutantes. Probably the record that kick-started the Tropicalia movement, Upanis et Circenses. So, that was all. I hope you enjoyed. And please go check Proghat and his channel. See ya.